Let's turn to the NBA next, Dave. King of the Court is back. This is one of our favorite promotions in sports betting. It's with DraftKings. They do it every single Tuesday. If you bet $5 on any player prop market, points, threes, assists, rebounds, whatever you want, you can use your King of the Court token. And if that player leads all players in the NBA that night in total points, rebounds, and assists combined, you and everyone who picked that player will split a $1 million bonus bet pool. We've tried to lay out the foundation every night in recent weeks on, hey, here's what to expect. Here's the favorite. Here's some long shot opportunities. So what are we looking at tonight?
Yep. So just preface this with saying, these projections have been on point. We've nailed 2 long shots. We've had the highest total PRA featured in every single one of these targets. We had a week where we had the top 4 all featured. When it's been chalk, the models accurately predicted that chalk player to lead them all. It's not even been like a chalk top 3 option. It's been the chalk number 1. The models accurately predicted that. So yeah, a lot of benefit to following this. Tonight is just a 3-game slate. So there's going to be a lot more bets being placed on everybody, but particularly the top guys, which is why personally I think it is even more important to kind of take a deep cut shot here. But let's look at what the model has, and you guys can all decide for yourselves who you want to roll with. We're starting off with, unsurprisingly, Luka Doncic is the top projected player tonight, 49.0 PRA, playing the Clippers. 2-time promo winner of the season, projected to be the 3rd time tonight. That'll be the first ever someone has done that. Highest nightly floor in the league, probably second maybe only to Nikola Jokic. Only 3 games under 50 PRA in November. Would definitely need an off-scoring night to not hit this and wear the crown once again. We'll say his matchup versus the Clippers features pretty few positional edges. They do allow the second most assists to point guards, but are otherwise a pretty middle tier offense or defense. Defensively, Luka's expected to pace the slate again. It'll take someone to knock him off, but there you have it, 49.0 PRA. A guy who I think would be a very good target on a 6-game slate, but is likely going to be very popular tonight, given his matchup and the 3 games. Jalen Johnson, projected 40.7 PRA. Best matchup of the night against the Wizards, always is. He's absolutely gone off since Trae Young's injury. 3 games without a double-double since Trae Young's injury. He had no games with a double-double before that. Just absolutely uptick in all facets of the game. Recently peaked with a 64 PRA outing versus the Jazz, who are another very good target in this promo, coming off of 47 PRA versus the Hornets. Specifically, the Wizards' terrible defense allows the most points, rebounds, and the second most assists, particularly to forwards. Massive ceiling tonight for Jalen Johnson. Tyrese Maxey, 3rd here, playing the Magic, projected 38.5 PRA, so not even over 40 like the other 2. Former long shot winner for us, though he did have to split the pot with Giannis that night. Projecting, as I said, near 40 PRA. Tough matchup versus the Magic, though. Very good at limiting assists and rebounds, but big scoring upside for him. 54 points versus the Bucks in OT last week. 2 40-point games earlier this season. 6th most assists in the NBA this season. But he doesn't really have a lot of peak assist games, like double-double levels. So it's going to need a big scoring night for him with like complementary numbers in rebounds and assists, rather than guys like Jalen Johnson, who could probably put up double-digit marks in those categories with less effort and lower scoring ceilings. He does have a shoulder injury. He's probable, so should play. And if he's active, he's got a path to contention. Looking at our 2 long shots here. Franz Wagner versus the Sixers, projected 35.6 PRA, 5th overall in the projection, so not super deep cut here. Real consistent rebounder, occasional scoring spikes this season. 37 points and 50 PRA versus the Knicks just about a week ago. Matchup versus the Sixers is average overall. He's a big man. It's kind of a positionless between small forward, power forward. And the Sixers do allow, I believe it is the most rebounds to power forwards. I think it's 12 per game to the position. So, a little bit of upside there. but 35.6, a little bit outside the top guys. For the biggest long shot, Nickeil Alexander-Walker versus the Wizards, projected only 25.5 PRA. But if we're going after that matchup with one player, we might as well go after it with another for a deep cut. As mentioned, league worst points, rebounds, assists, defense, bad all across the board. This doesn't just benefit Jalen Johnson. He had 38 points and 50 PRA versus the Spurs last week. In a game, Jalen Johnson also put up, I think, 46 PRA. They both were able to thrive in a game. His 4 best scoring games have all come in the past 2 weeks. Against the Wizards, it's anybody's opportunity. All it takes is some foul trouble or a couple missed shots, whatever, and all of a sudden Jalen Johnson is no longer in the pole position, and Nah gets his shots. So major dark horse upside here, strong bonus return. Full disclosure, I'm putting it on Alexander Walker and hoping to get something big in return.
If you nail Nickeil Alexander-Walker for Dimer's King of the Court picks, Dave, we can end the show, and I will personally serve you for the remainder of your professional career.
Thank you. Hopefully.
This would be.
I wish it wasn't a 3-game slate. If this was like a 10-game slate, 6-game slate, he'd be ultimate dark horse. But still, I think it's worth a shot. We're talking a $5 token you got to put on one of these guys. So
right.
Go for the upside, in my opinion.
100%. 100%. I am rooting for you, my friend. This would be, I think, the best bold prediction bet advice of the year if we nail that one. But you got some safer options as well. Appreciate you laying that all out for us. Good luck to you if you are betting King of the Court with DraftKings tonight. One of my favorite promotions to do every single week.